Hey, what's up fam? It's Blkhippiee here, and today I just wanted to give you guys an honest review on boa constrictors. So that's all the good and the bad. So for starters, I guess I'll just start with all the pros and then we'll go into the cons, right? So the pros, one of the first pros I would say is that they move really slow, you know? So, some snakes are a little bit quicker. Colubrids are known to be a little fast. I've never owned any colubrids, so I can't really specifically say, but yeah, so these snakes are just like really chill. They don't really move too fast, like I said, so it's kind of easy to read them in that regard. And the second thing I'd say is that they're great eaters. Boa constrictors are by far amazing eaters. None of my boas have ever skipped a meal. Yeah, that's never happened. I would say it's also really easy to maintain their temperatures and their humidity, but for some reason if it dipped down below for a little bit, they'd be fine, whereas some other snakes, let's just say like a Brazilian rainbow boa, for example, the humidity drops too low on one of those, or the temperature gets too high. Long story short, you have certain species of snakes that just aren't as hardy as boa constrictors, so that's another pro for the boa constrictor. So another thing, these 2 points kind of go together. I find that, my boas tend to be really sweet. They're just like really nice, super docile. And like I said before, they move really slow. So it's really easy to, they move really slow, so it's really easy to kind of handle them, yeah, as you can see. Handling boa constrictors I find to be really fun. I love handling all of my boas. I have 2 currently, and it's really fun to handle them. I'll just watch TV, watch Netflix, whatever, and I'll either hold them or they'll just kind of lay in my lap, and they're, like I said, they're just super chill. And so it leads you to my next point, which is they're really easy to tame. Both of mine in particular are captive bred. So captive bred snakes are gonna be super docile by nature. They're gonna be way more docile by nature versus say a wild caught or even farm bred. So yeah, like I said, they're just super easy to tame. And some people may see this as a con, but I see it as a pro. Their size, right? So eventually the size that they do get to, it's pretty impressive. I think it's awesome because it's not too big. So it's really cool. Okay, so like I said, they do get to an impressive size, so that's kind of awesome. She's my biggest boa right now. That's why I have her out, just to kind of show you guys. I have a smaller one, Bowie. He's a boy and this is a female. So another thing with boas or snakes in general, females get bigger than the males. But so like I said, Bowie, he's my other boa, but he's smaller right now. Like I said, he's a baby still. So, and they're both babies, but she's definitely bigger. And so my other point, or another pro with boa constrictors, I'd say, is the morphs. They just have different markings and different colors. So this right here is an albino, right? So it's an albino BCI. I believe she's I think she's a Colombian, but honestly, with a lot of localities, they kind of just get mixed. Be quite real with you. So it's really hard to really know unless the breeder tells you. But anyway, so those are all the pros. So let's kind of run through them again. They're slow moving, they're great eaters, they're easy to maintain, the temperature and humidity. They're pretty hardy and forgiving. I would say also they're pretty super sweet. They're fun to handle. They tame super easily. They get to an impressive size. And there's so many morphs of them, so many different types of morphs. So like I said, this one right here, she is an albino. I also have a jungle as well. And the jungle, he just has different markings. And obviously he has pigmentation, right? Switch arms here because my arm's getting really tired. So like I told you guys, this is an honest review. And if we're gonna be honest, there's always a negative side to a positive side, right? So we don't call these negatives, more like cons, right? These are kind of things that, are the downside to owning or having boa constrictors as pets, right? These are the things I've just noticed personally, just within, the culture, the communities. I'm in different channels, or I'm on different groups like on Facebook and stuff like that. And so these are just the problems or things that I've heard from other people and or have experienced myself. Said their size, they do get pretty big. So for some people, that size can be a little intimidating, but I would say that I would counter that with, like, if you get a baby, they grow really slow, so you can grow with them, and that's pretty cool. So I don't really see it as a con, but once again, it's something that a lot of other people do kind of complain about, or they kind of make note of, right? Another thing too is that a lot of people do complain that they look scary. You know, I don't think that they look scary, but I can understand if you're coming from like a ball python. Let's say if you had a ball python before, and then now, you know, you have a boa, or you go to a boa, you know, they're just different. They're different snakes completely. If they're gonna strike you, let's just say if they're gonna do a defensive strike, it's very different with boas compared to like ball pythons. Ball pythons would kind of go in that S curl. Boas kind of sit in that S curl. Like you can kind of see Kiki right now. She's doing that. That does not mean she's gonna bite me. That's just how they just naturally have their necks. Now, yes, they can strike from that position, but they don't usually. I would say, like, especially once they're either in closure, and especially if yours is tame, like I said before, like mine's super tame. You know, she's been a sweetheart from the jump. She's been a sweetheart from the jump, so have not had any issues with that. So like I said, like they can look a little scary, especially if you're coming from a ball python, just kind of understanding that body movement. But I promise, once you understand that body movement, you're straight. Like you get it, you'll be totally fine. And like I said, like the odds of even doing that, slim to none if I really do. Like they just don't, like they're just super chill. Once again, I don't think this is really a con, but some people will say that, you know, their food response is just a little too quick for them. Like, you know, in the sense that, like when these snakes eat, they eat really quick. Like they'll snatch the prey out of the tongs really fast. So that's why I use tongs. I don't use my hand, and I think that's how you kind of counter that con, right? So the last con, I would say, this is actually a fair con, is their enclosure, because they do get pretty big. Like you're gonna have to get a pretty big enclosure. Positive side of that is that, like, it's not as bad as it would seem, I would say. Like those big enclosures, you can stack them, and I've seen them in other like rooms. Currently, like my biggest one is a 36 length, you know, and that's from my ball python, who's already older, you know, so he definitely gets the larger enclosure right now. But eventually I'll be moving all my boas into, cannot remember the name of it, vision, like a vision tank. I think that's what they're called, like vision tanks or something. And it's like all like kind of, it's like special type of like plastic material. Anyways, you know, and those tanks can run a little bit. They're pretty pricey. They can be pretty pricey. But like I said, there are ways and methods around that. Like you can buy like cheaper ones, used ones. You know, if you go on eBay, I'm sure you can find some that are cheaper. Craigslist is a great place. So there's always ways around a lot of these cons, I feel like. So that's it, fam. You know, pretty much broke down the pros and the cons, why I think, you know, or my honest review of owning boa constrictors. But overall, I would just say that they're awesome. Very addicting too. I think once you get one, it's kind of hard to not want to get another. Like they're just really cool snakes. Like they're just so awesome. Really smart too. They kind of remind me of like puppy velociraptors. So it's Kiki here. Alright fam, that's that. If you watch my channel, you know we like to keep it positive here. And so the positive challenge of the day is just to give some love to your pet. Whatever pet you have, if it's a snake, dog, cat, rat, mouse, whatever, give it some love today, you know? Like, I know today's isn't like some pet day or something like that, whatever, but you know, that's positive, right? Like pets do a lot for us, I think, mentally, and it's kind of cool just to kind of give some love to them. So whether it be like, you know, let them out to kind of, you know, explore, or you take them to the dog park, or maybe just give them a whole bunch of kisses and treats, or whatever it is, I don't, you know, knock yourself out. But that's the positive challenge of the day. Below in the comments, let me know, like, what did you do? Like, what animals do you have? I'm curious to know. Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you also kind of talk about your animals? I'm very curious to know. Anyways, let me know in the comments below. So that does it, fam. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. You guys are cool. And that's that, fam. Ooh. Do want to show the side of his face. You can see that. Yeah, he's really beautiful, or she's really beautiful. Keep saying he and she. Anyways, so that's it, fam. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already, so you can kind of get more of us, right? You can kind of keep seeing how Kiki here grows, or you can kind of see my other snakes here grow, and also like the collection's growing, so you guys can grow with us, right? And that's awesome. Anyways, so that's that, fam. Hope you guys have a great day, great night, wherever place you're at, country. Anyways, that's it. Blkhippiee out. Peace.